2 months can make a huge difference in a garden. When I recorded my last garden tour in the beginning of June, my favorite summer flowers hadn't even started blooming, and now the garden looks completely different. And something completely unexpected has happened this year. My Magnolia has been flowering almost continuously since April, which I've never seen before. But let's start at the beginning with the Echinaceas. I planted these from seed last year and they already flowered last summer. I think these are the easiest plants to propagate by seed. 90% of them are still alive and well, and they are beautiful. The pollinators love these plants, you guys. Next to the coneflowers here, I have a few Lupinus plants. These benefited a lot from that heading. They are flowering the second time this year. I want to show you some Delphiniums in the flower bed next to the pathway. Let's move there. I think this is the most beautiful Delphinium I have. I really love the color on this. It is a mix of purple and blue. Amazing. This is another beautiful variety of Delphinium. It looks like the first one I showed you with the purple and the blue petals, but this one has a black center and the other one has a white center. I deadheaded the Delphiniums already this year, so now they're flowering the second time. This is another beautiful variety of Delphinium. Unfortunately, I don't know the names of the varieties because I planted a seed mix. All my Delphiniums are planted from seed, and they are really hard to propagate from seed. They are princesses. They need a lot of pampering when they are seedlings, but I'm really happy that I have a few alive and well, and they are beautiful. I will definitely continue planting Delphiniums in the garden. I think they are really beautiful. And there in the back you can see my first sword lilies blooming. So I learned last year from my mistake that if you don't stake these, they will bend over. So this year I planted them next to the fence and they are tied to the fence. It is a perfect spot for them. They really love it and they look really good. And also take a look at the elwoody hedge. They look so good and grew so much. Beautiful color. I really recommend this plant. So these are the pink ones. These were the first to bloom and they already started to wilt, but I think this is a really beautiful color combination. So these are the yellow ones I got from my grandma last year. I really love the color on these. On the outside they are orange and on the inside they are yellow, and I really love this color. So I got these 2 years ago and last year they didn't flower. They were planted in a shady spot and they prefer full sun, and this year they are really beautiful. So there's the sword lilies and here is my rock flower bed, and this was not intended, you guys. This happens when you plant an indigenous plant and it becomes invasive in your garden. This is my Echinops flower bed, let's say, because I planted 5 of them and this happened. There's seedlings everywhere in the garden, even in the pavement. And it's already flowering. They are beautiful, you guys, and you can use them in bouquets or ornaments, and I can't complain, but I will have to stay on top of the deadheading with these because these are really invasive. Also, as you can see, pollinators love these. The flowers are not really big, but they look amazing, and I really honestly hate the leaves. They look really messy and dry all the time, and it looks like a big weed in the garden. So I imagine this one planted behind something else. So this is the other side of the same flower bed, and I want to move to the next one over there. So these are the Dahlias I planted this spring, and I love these 2 varieties. This is called Café au lait and this is lilac thyme, and I think these are beautiful. I can't wait for the spring to divide the tubers and have more of these. Also, look at the flowers. They are huge, you guys. I love these. Such a huge flower, and look at the colors. I love how this variety has both purple stems and purple flowers. It creates a beautiful color combination with the green leaves. Okay, so we saw the Dahlias and it's time to move over there to the Magnolia. This is my beautiful Magnolia. It is known to flower twice in a season, once in April and after that at the end of the season in August. But this one this year flowered constantly since April, especially since we had a really bad hailstorm a few weeks ago. It started to bloom like crazy. Just look at the hail damage, you guys. This is horrible. But as you can see here, for example, it already started to put on some new growth. So behind my beautiful magnolia there, you can see my butterfly bushes blooming. I presented those in my last video. Make sure to go and watch it. I will leave a link in the description. I also wanted to show you the results of deadheading. Look at my roses, you guys. I deadheaded these a month or 2 months ago, and they are already full of blooms. The name of this variety is Gönewein. This is another amazing rose, you guys. I couldn't show this in my last garden tour as these weren't open yet. It is called Augusta Luise, and it is a really beautiful variety. It is a combination of pink and orange. So as you can see here, the buds start out really colorful, and the color fades away as they progress in this season, as you can see here on this one. I think it is a really beautiful variety. These are my pink fairy roses. These weren't in bloom either in my last tour. These start flowering at the end of June, and they will have continuously flowers until Christmas. These also start out as really deep pink buds, and they will turn white as they progress in age. So let's move to the pond area there. This is my pond, you guys. I created this 3 years ago for my turtle, and I also planted the evergreens around it 3 years ago. I will link the videos down in the description. They all grew so much since I planted them. I will have to move a few plants around so they will have space. For example, these huge grasses here. These grew so much. These ones are the ponytail grasses, and that huge one in the back is a rondo. This is the same view from the other side of the pond. Maybe you can see the juniper better. I think the lime green new growth gives it a really fresh look. Just look at the color on this, you guys. It is beautiful. I also planted aquatic plants 3 years ago in the pond, but they're currently sitting outside of the pond in a bucket because my turtle cuts all of them off. It doesn't eat any of the veggies, but it cuts all of them off. I have a beautiful heuchera here and an Alberta spruce in the back. I love how it all came together, you guys. The colors and the textures. So last but not least, I have more Echinaceas here behind the lavenders. I moved these here at the end of the season, so they are a bit smaller than the rest, but I hope they will grow a lot next year. Thank you a lot for taking a walk with me in the garden. See you next time.